What up, YouTube Live? What? All right, it's Friday morning, and I'm about to hit the theaters, local theaters, to watch Flatliners. It's the not about Flatliners. So before I go, I want to give a bit of my 2 cents about um, the new Terminator movie. And I want to do it YouTube live style instead of polished scripted teleprompter type of reviews that I usually do. Um, I figured being unscripted, being raw like this, like just like this, it's kind of cool sometimes. So share your thoughts if you would like at the in the comment section below. Okay, so you may have heard this past week that the Terminator 6, the new Terminator movie, has a release date. Let me see here. I have my notes here. Let's see. The release date is, I know it's in summer 2019, I believe. Yeah, there you go. July 26, 2019. So, um, the movie will be directed by Deadpool Helmer, Tim Miller. As you know, Tim Miller did not return to helm Deadpool 2 due to creative differences with the star, Ryan Reynolds, which is odd because the first Deadpool was was just amazing. So he's gonna be directing Terminator 6, produced by excuse me, by the man who has Terminator rights back now, James Cameron. I believe that is the situation. That the great James Cameron now has this property back again. He directed the first two films, the first two masterpieces, especially Terminator 2, Judgment Day, that was re-released in theaters this past few weeks. I think it was in 3D. Oh man, that movie is still good, man, no matter how many times I've watched it. So he's going to be producing Terminator 6, and Arnold Schwarzenegger will return to his iconic role once again. And the big, you know, news was that Linda Hamilton is also going to return as Sarah Connor. Linda Hamilton played the character in the first two movies. Um, Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones played the role in Terminator 5, Terminator Genesis. So now Linda Hamilton will be back. I believe she was married to James Cameron once. I don't know which number. I mean, James Cameron, I think, had been married 5 times, I believe. One of them was with Catherine Bigelow, the director. I don't know, man. In Hollywood, people get married and divorced all the time, so I can't keep count. But the new movie will be produced by Skydance and Cameron, and it will be distributed by Paramount Pictures. It'll be based on a story by Cameron and Tim Miller, and the script is provided by David Goyer and Josh Friedman. And they're gonna plan this as a start of a new trilogy. So this will be once again part of a brand new trilogy that they are developing. So, am I stoked about Linda Hamilton returning? Yes, I am. I surely am. I think she is, or Sarah Connor is one of the most badass cinematic characters ever. Uh, Let me correct that. Badass female cinematic characters. Even though I disagree with James Cameron's previous point that Sarah Connor is better than Wonder Woman. I think they're both awesome. In their own unique way. But here's the thing. Linda Hamilton returning does not guarantee that Terminator 2 will be a decent movie. Look, we have been disappointed, what, how many times now? 3 times? Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, which I didn't fully hate, but it had a lot of flaws. So, and you might argue, hey Rama, James Cameron did not make that one. Did not make those ones. Fair argument, but let's revisit here. Terminator 3, The only decent thing about that movie was Kristana Loken as the bad guy, TX. I think she was amazing. I'm still a big fan of hers. Um, she was just like the sexiest villain ever, ever. And that fight scene between Arnold and TX, Kristana Loken's TX, in the bathroom stalls, that was just fantastic. But the movie itself was not substantive. It lacked all the characters. What's the word I'm looking for here? Character development, and it lacked all the heart, the relationship that was so strong and profound in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Terminator 3 did not have any of that. It was action, pure action, which is fine, but I think when you have something as great as Terminator 2 and then to drop that far drastic to the quality of Terminator 3, it was quite disappointing. And I think Nick Stahl and Claire Danes, they're great actors, but they're wrong for the roles, in my opinion. But that's Terminator 3. Terminator Salvation. Oh my God, where do I start with Terminator Salvation? I read an interview, I think, Christian Bale revealing that prior to him signing on to Terminator Salvation, he actually said to director McGee, who was in charge of that project, Bale straight up told him, "Hey, I don't think you are the right director for this kind of job. I'm doubting, that you have the gravitas of the storytelling skills for this franchise, this beloved franchise." Along that line, I'm paraphrasing this. So Christian Bale actually said straight up to McGee that basically he has doubts that McGee can deliver this movie and do well at it. And McGee replied to him saying, "Hey, Bale, give me a chance, give me a shot, give me a chance." And you know what happened? The movie was just a mess. To this day, I still don't know what it was about. I None of the characters are likable. You don't want to follow them to the ends of the earth. And Sam Worthington's character, they're trying to push Sam Worthington's character as like this next big hero of the franchise, but it just failed, man. It just fell apart. And of course, the most entertaining part of that whole project was Christian Bale going off or yelling at the cameraman or the cinematographer for stepping into his scene. Do you remember that? He was like, "Oh, look at the light. How was it? Was it good for you?" Oh, it was quite an incident that year. Terminator Genesis, I think, had a lot of problems that Terminator 3 had as well, which is it had some great action moments, but at the end of the day, it was just not substantive enough. I think the movie was just like, the movie existed just for the sake of existing. It's just like, it's just there. You don't know where it is in the canons because the timelines keep jumping back and forth. So I was pretty confused when I was screening it too. I was like, whoa, so they have to go there and they have to go back here again and back to that location, back to that timeline. It was not, to me, it did not do a good job of taking the audience with you. So my point is, after Terminator 3, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis, so how many more times until they can get it right? Yes, James Cameron has it now, and James Cameron is a great storyteller, but another concern of mine is that the script is provided by this guy, David Goyer. Oh my God, I really don't like David Goyer. Man of Steel just wasn't perfect, and I think he also scripted. Let me see here. I have my notes here somewhere. David Goyer has quite a resume in the past that will make you like, oh my God, he really wrote that. Sure, he collaborated with Christopher Nolan on the Dark Knight trilogy, so that was pretty cool. But um, as a writer, he's done Man of Steel. He did additional writing for Godzilla, which I did not enjoy at all. Um, let's see here. Oh, The Unborn. Remember that? The horror movie The Unborn? Oh my God. Jumper. That's another movie by David Goyer that he wrote. I'm just looking at the films that he wrote, not produced or anything else. So if you have David Goyer in your talent pool for your project, that is like an alarm or an alert light for me. I was like, okay, then I have to approach this with caution because you just don't know where Goyer's gonna take you, and that's not necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. Um, I just hope that Cameron, even though he's busy with his Avatar sequels, I hope Cameron would keep a close eye on this Terminator 6 and actually contributes more, and supervises more on the development instead of just letting them run with it. Because I trust Cameron more than Tim Miller or Josh Friedman or David Goyer. So yes, I don't think we should be rah rah. Linda Hamilton's back. Terminator 6 is gonna be okay now. The franchise is gonna be fine, and it's gonna restore our faith again. And the Machines versus John Connor will be awesome. There's no more blunder like the previous installments. No, approach with caution. That's what I'm saying as a fan. Keep your expectation to a minimum, and we'll see how it goes. I'm so curious to see who they will cast to play the role of John Connor. Um, I hope it's, let's see here. Nick Stahl played John Connor, right? In Terminator 3. And then I believe Jason Clarke played John Connor in Terminator Genesis. You can correct me if I'm wrong here. So who would you suggest as the new John Connor for Terminator 6? Which, by the way, is going to treat the franchise as if Terminator 3, Terminator Salvation, and Terminator Genesis had never existed, which is awesome by me. I think that's a good way to do it. And yeah, keep your fingers crossed. That's all my rant for today about Terminator. I wasn't gonna do this, but one of you guys, a friend of mine, said, "Hey Rama, do a video about Terminator. Talk about Linda Hamilton returning." So that's what I just did. And share your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And again, if you're willing and if you are able to, please support me at patreon.com/ramascreen. I cover red carpet premieres. I cover press junkets. I attend press screenings, so I do movie reviews before they open in theaters. I need your help. All right, I'm gonna share you my thoughts about the interviews and about the movies and TV as well. I cover TV, so I'm doing this for you, getting you first-hand info. Please support me if you can at patreon.com/ramascreen today and become my patrons. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first Sorry, that's my alarm. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first Terminator movie, I'll be back.